Hi and welcome back to the Citizen channel. We're all staying safe and well. On our regular feature, we have a look at the away programs. Yeah, the match day program. Watch the away version, and we rate them. Yeah, make a little table. So we've done 2 so far. So today we're going to have a look at this one. Not the greatest game, 1-1. Yeah, could have done better. I suppose it could have been worse, but it still could have been better. Aston Villa versus City, Saturday the 3rd of September 2022. Please, if you are new to the channel, enjoy what I try and do, all these little magazine vlogs, all different things, from match reports to reviews to stuff like this. Please push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications. Some of these vlogs are coming out, and if you want to make an old City fan very, very happy, little thumbs up, guys, if you can just spare it. It only takes a minute, does it? Leave your comments. Leave your comments more importantly. But if you've no time for a comment, just give us a thumbs up. It's great to know you're out there. It's great to know, and it does sort of warm the heart. That's for sure. If you get thumbs up. And my thanks, of course, to Brandy GPX for the Villa 1-1 matchday Haaland image there that I've used on the thumbnail, and I've shown an image, of course, on screen there. And he's doing one of these images for all the games this season, so it's a great memory record. He does some great stuff, City fan, and he'll keep. You can sort of keep all of these from the friendly games that we played pre-season right throughout the season. So it's a great memory and a great record of the 22-23 season. So give him a follow and have a look at that. And as I say, it's for me, people like me, it's just a great to have those memories to look back on. Right, onto the programme itself. Yeah, at the moment, West Ham are winning. We've only had 2, obviously, West Ham and Newcastle. Before this one, I don't cover the European games. I tend not to buy. I used to get the odd 1 and 2 back in the day, but I don't tend to buy them now. So West Ham are leading, yeah, with a very, very commendable 7.5 out of 10. And of course, Newcastle got the same score. They got 7.5 out of 10. But I rated the West Ham slightly better. So we're going to have a look at Villa today. And last season, they were quite well down the table. They were 6 out of 10, which was my basic score for any programme. And I always sort of liken them to the City one, which I score 6 out of 10 at the moment, certainly the last 2 or 3 seasons. And Villa was well. It wasn't the bottom of the league, but it was sort of 4th, 5th from the bottom or something like that on the table. So be interesting to see if this season's is any better. We have, of course, on the cover, nothing special, just an image, isn't it? I mean, I'll put them up there, be up there anyway, but it's just an image. I'm not saying like the City ones. I'm not overly impressed. I want a little bit of creativity, as you saw in that Newcastle one. If you watch the video on that, so not the greatest image there to start off with. But they cost £3.50, which is great. Say City's has gone up to 4 for the normal Premier League games. We'll talk about the Champions League games on another little thing. Have a look at that, guys, if it's out or it's due out. A little bit of a rant, actually, about the price of the Champions League ones, but it is what it is, as we say, don't we? So, yeah, £3.50, so all credit to Villa for keeping the price to £3.50. 84 pages, which is pretty standard for that. Although they do have a lot of pages of promotion and adverts in this. About a high 27% of them of the matchday programme is like sponsors and advertising tickets, stuff like just general stuff, and that's quite high. That's on the high side. It is a nice layout, although it does look, when you have a flick through, which I do have a quick flick through before I look at it in depth. I always have a quick flick through the program. It always looks a bit lacking in substance on a quick flick through. So obviously a bit wary of what happened last year, and it wasn't that great last year. So yeah, not great. Well put together. It's one of these that you can sort of bend about. It doesn't automatically fall apart, so that's okay. You can give it a good squash down. So that's a good point. Probably the only decent point about the City Champions League home program. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. Well, that's for another issue. So yeah, so in the specific City section, just the basic stuff, nothing special. Brief bullet points on our history line from 1880 to player and manager profile. So it's just 6 pages. If I was rating that, I'd say just 5 out of 10. I mean, nothing really to interest a City fan, nothing that we don't like. But as far as Villa fans are concerned, a quick, easy read. There's some interesting stats. 2 pages of City stats for the season, including a quick look at the lineup and the 6-0 against Forest, but again, nothing in real depth. There's a wonderful, great, and I give this 10 out of 10 in my little marks, and I've put it on Twitter as I'm recording this morning. A nice snapshot of Bert with his son and fans outside Main Road in 1956. Yes, that's a great. I've never seen that before. It's obviously somewhere knocking around, but I thought that's great to see it in a Villa programme. Obviously, it's the sort of thing you expect to see in a City programme, but that's a great opposition snapshot, and they do feature obviously something from their opposition, so all credit to Villa for that. I like that one. So apart from the normal managers, the captains, the chairman, the coffee maker, player staff interviews, and modern match reports and images which you get in these programs, you get the women, you get the under-18s, you get the 23 academy stuff. Is there anything quirky and interesting? Well, there is a little bit. I mean, there's always going to be history, thankfully, in these sort of things. And we do have the Villa Vaults, which is interesting because it's obviously they're looking at the 92-93 season, which, of course, if you know your history, corresponds with the first season of all new brand of football, wasn't it? All new Premier League. So obviously they're doing a 92-93, and they sort of do 3 or 4 games an issue, depending on how many games they've played, obviously. So you get match reports, you get newspaper cuttings. So in this edition, they're looking at the first 3 games of that season. A player profile, Nigel Spink, the goalkeeper at the time. And images for programs, the programs for the games as well. So very good. I mean, I was rating that on its own. Very interesting to me, and I quite like that. I was not that bothered about the match reports. It was just the images and stuff harping back 30 years was nice for me. So I'll give that a 9 out of 10 based on that. Villa Rewind is another history feature, and it shows, bit disappointing for us. An image from 1981 City. And Aston Villa, a 1-0 win at Villa Park for Villa, with Gary Shaw beating Joe Corrigan there with Tommy Creighton in the forefront. I think it's Tony Henry in the background. Let me know if I'm wrong, guys. I think that's Tony Henry in the far background. I've got to say my old eyes are struggling a bit, but so that's just like an image from an old game. And what about the kids? You've got to think about the kids, haven't we? And this is very good, actually. They have an excellent club that they call Cubs Fun Time. It takes up 6 pages. There's word searches, spot the balls, anagrams, lots of different things, lots of little quizzes and stuff like that. There's a blank page for autographs, which saves them filling a page in, but it's fair enough so kids can go and get autographs of players, and there's nothing wrong with that. I do laugh a bit that it's just a blank page, really, that they don't have to worry about, but there you go. And there's also a sort of reporters' notes page where you can write in the teams, Villa and City, and the scores, etc., etc. So that's all right. That's a nice little touch as well. And well done to one of the Villa mascots. It has all the images of the Villa mascots. There's a City mascot as well. But obviously, well done to Leo Kitchen, the Villa mascot. He predicted a 1-1 draw, so well done, mate. You got that spot on. All the others predicted draws or Villa wins, and the only one to predict a City win was the City mascot. But hey, we can't complain about that, can we? And yeah, as a section, I thought it was excellent. I would certainly give this a 9 out of 10, the kids section. So they look at, I think the kids are well looked after in the Villa programme. So there you go, really. That's about it. It's not the most fullest of programmes, and as I said, I thought it was going to be a little bit disappointing like last season's 6 out of 10, and I'm afraid it is. It's similar. I've not gone back and looked at the old one, but again, I would rate this one 6 out of 10. There's some good, as I said. The kids stuff is good. I like that. The 92-93 season stuff is good. That's rated highly, and let's not forget that Bert Troutman picture, which is brilliant. But that's about it. It's not that full of stuff compared to, obviously, to the 2 we've already had, West Ham and Newcastle. So they move into third of 3. So they go rock bottom. So you got West Ham 7.5 out of 10, followed by Newcastle 7.5 out of 10, not quite as good, and Aston Villa 6 out of 10. So there you go. Availability, they don't seem to have it in the Aston Villa shop, which I can never understand. They must have spare ones, and obviously, unless it's Reach Sport who do the City ones, but they don't do Villa Reach Sport. So I never understand why they don't have programmes in the souvenir shops you can get for cost price plus postage. I've never understood that. You might be able to pop in and buy them. I don't know. They're just not online. So the cheapest I've seen is $6.65 on a certain well-known website, but I have a shopper. It seems a bit expensive for £3.50. That includes postage, of course, but. And as I said, for the quality of the product, perhaps unless it's something to look at as a memory, it's fair enough, but it's a little bit excessive. But that is the cheapest I've seen. It's from $6.65 upwards, so there are plenty available, but not overly cheap. Anyway, next up, we'll be looking at Wolverhampton Wanderers away. Yeah, so we'll have a look at that one, which I think was very good last year. So let's see how that one goes. Anyway, yeah, let me know in your comments what you think, guys. If you collect the programs, what do you think? As I say, as far as program covers are concerned, I don't think this is going to win any prizes either. It's a bit bland for me, but that's just a personal opinion. And you know, I like the quirky ones. So next up, Wolves, we'll see you for then. Leave us all your comments. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please, until we meet again, I know that's one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Bye for now.